Hey there, this is Shaheen from ShaheenMiroInsights.com, and I am doing the weekly intuitive forecast for this upcoming week of August the 14th. I always love sharing the intuitive forecast with you because it's a great opportunity to see what energies are working throughout the week and what we can tap into to stay in the flow and out of resistance. And that's really my favorite thing to help people with. I love holding space with you to help you see where you're struggling, where you're in resistance, where things aren't moving, working, and really honoring your highest good, and how can we navigate that to create change in your life. And honestly, change in your life can be internal and external. It can deal with prosperity and abundance. It can deal with creativity and purpose, health and well-being, relationships and connections. So there are all of these beautiful areas of our lives that we can create changes in. So with the intuitive forecast, my intention always is to give you some prescriptive measures to see what the week ahead looks like and how that applies to you personally, and how you can use that energy to really align with your intention, align with your desires, and do what it is that you want to do, what you have to do, what you're setting out to do. Because really, we all just want to live fluidly, abundantly, and in our magic. So this is how we do it. So I've pulled 3 cards, and we're going to look at those, and we are going to see what the week ahead looks like. Before I do that, I just want to say, I hope you're being good to yourself, because Mercury retrograde has started, and if you have never heard the term Mercury in retrograde, I don't know where you are then, but Mercury in retrograde is a time when Mercury, the planet of communication, technology, and travel, it is retrograding, or it appears to be going backwards. Anyhow, without all the details, what it means energetically is communication can be stifled. It means that travel can be delayed. It means that technology can have problems. It also means that this is a time where you don't really want to start new things. I don't want you to be fearful of that, but rather the energy is really wonderful for tying up loose ends. So you might notice that old situations that were not, did not come to a close, but maybe faded into the background, are going to come back around, cycle back in, and give you an opportunity to get closure and clarity. People from your past might show up, and old thoughts, beliefs, and ideas might reemerge as well. I know I have had some really interesting connections with people. I was on Etsy the other day ordering, I was interested in buying this teapot, tea kettle. And I saw one, it was the one I wanted, it was vintage, and I was interested in knowing more about it. So I just clicked the little button that said ask seller a question, and I kid you not, I did not put into Etsy any specific location or place or anything. I just typed in the name of this tea kettle. I clicked on this one, asked a question, and the person responded back and said, "Are you Shaheen from so-and-so place? I think I was your teacher in elementary school." And I thought, how odd. And it was my teacher from elementary school, from the 5th grade. And just happened that out of all the thousands of people on Etsy, she was the one selling this tea kettle. So of course I thought, well, the retrograde's at work, and I'm meant to have this tea kettle because she's selling it. So just all of these interesting connections, and it's happened a bunch of times. I went to take my car in to have my tires rotated, and the person's putting in my name, and she said, "Shaheen, Miro," she said, "is your mom so-and-so?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "I went to high school with her." Again, I mean, it's just everywhere. So I don't know what your experience has been, but that has been my experience with the retrograde. And I'm interested to see what else comes out. So if you have any experiences you'd like to share, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me an email. I'm always interested to know how people are linking into the currents of energy that are happening. Personally, astrologically, cosmically, all of the above. So send me a message. Now to this. The first card we have is the 10 of Cups. I love the 10 of Cups, and as you can see, there's this rainbow with a array of cups above, floating above, and this family with arms outspread, welcoming in good fortune and change. You can see little kids dancing over here, twirling about, and on the other side of this line in the background is a house. So the Ten of Cups is really a wonderful card because it's talking about family connections, good energy, prosperity, and what this is saying is that our week begins with these beautiful connections with people and places that are enriching and nourishing and really make us feel at home. You might even find that your week feels more fluid if you set an intention to be at home more, to spend time at home, to have some really good quality time with your family. So plan to have dinner at home, make a wonderful meal, spend a little extra time with your family, watch movies, have a little time for rest and relaxation, lounge around, have a cup of tea. Don't jump into this week facing it head on and being combative. You don't have to push yourself too hard. This is a wonderful time to take it slow, take it easy, notice things, be curious about things, and start at home. And also, as I always tell people in my sessions, your home is a reflection of your inner world. So if you're trying to do big soul work, if you're trying to do some cleansing work, if you're trying to realign yourself, start at home. Doing even just cleaning, decluttering, organizing, getting rid of things will help shift energy within yourself. And you'll notice it in your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions. You will notice those things happening right away if you start at home. So the week begins with that. The second card we have is Justice. Oh, I've talked about her a lot today. I love her. She is always about balance and being diplomatic, being organized, being just. And the thing that I'm feeling with her this week is looking at things in a way that is objective and navigating situations by remaining grounded, centered, objective, and fair. Look at both sides, not just your own or the other side. Take everything into account and know that this week is going to bring about situations where you really have to act authentically and with integrity. And that might mean going into some uncomfortable places. It might mean you have to mitigate some confrontation or some sticky things that you weren't really ready to deal with, and that is okay. Pull back, ground center, take a deep breath, and really realign yourself with your intuition, your intention, and your highest good, and see the other person. Namaste the hell out of this week. See and honor the light inside of each person so they can see and honor the light inside of you, and you will do the same. So Justice is going to be a good card, a good energy to have. The third card we have, usually I draw 3 cards, but a 4th card fell out, so we'll get to that next. The third card we have is the 7 of Pentacles, or coins. And if you look at him, he has these coins that are growing, they're on the vine, he's waiting for them to get ripe, he's waiting to sow, he's waiting to reap the rewards of what he's sown. And he looks a little bit impatient or bored, or, like he's like, what the hell is happening? I'm ready for it, I'm ready to pluck it off the vine and have it. So this is a wonderful reminder to yourself to be patient, to be kind, to be present, and to know that you are sowing the seeds for something that will take time to manifest. And I will tell you, I have some Aries in my astrological chart, which makes me a bit impatient. So I'm constantly reminding myself, be patient, all in good time, everything's happening as it should. And when the retrograde is in action, it can be even more difficult because we're not springing into all this new stuff. We're kind of staying more in the present and being pulled back into the past a little bit. That does not mean that we're not sowing seeds of intention for the future, because we always are. But it means that the right here and right now is the right place to be. So don't push yourself too hard. Don't get caught up in the next thing. Keep it here. And it's also a great reminder that it's time to finish what you've started, to stay focused on what is already in the process, and don't get caught off guard by the next thing, because the next thing is wonderful, but it's only wonderful when you can be completely present with it. And as someone who is always involved in lots of different projects, it really is a powerful intention to stay present anytime you can. I am always reminding myself of that. So in my newsletter, I just sent an email out to my list of people who I love to connect with, my beautiful people. And I reminded everyone that in these wild and crazy times that we're in, all the time really, but right now with the retrograde, to use affirmations. And the one that I invited everyone to try was, today is the day of my unlimited positive possibilities, and I welcome them with grace. So try that and see how it works for you. So the fourth card we have, this little lady popped out and she wanted to say hello and make her debut. The Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. We only see one side of her, which means she's showing us what she wants us to see, not necessarily all of her. And the Queen of Swords is, she is a powerful personality because she's very clear, very direct, she's very intentional, she knows what she's doing, she has a purpose, she does not mess around, and she does not take things lightly. And one of the things that she's inviting you to do this week is to be very clear about what you're in agreement with, to be very clear about what you're putting energy into, and to be very clear about what you're engaging with. So she is the type of energy, she is the personality, the characteristics that we want to take on when we're dealing with people, meaning that we want to be clear, we want to have integrity, we want to know where we're putting our energy, know what we're committing to, know what we're saying yes to or saying no to, and know why we're doing it. So be intentional. She's also a wonderful card to invite not only our intuition, but our creative and logical thinking to come into play. So she sees the next steps. I always notice her bracelet here, which looks like malas or prayer beads. And so one of the things about using prayer beads is that each bead is a reminder to be in the present moment and to clarify our intention. So just like each bead, our intentions become a strand of intention, each one lining up to create a whole experience. So know what you're doing and know why you're doing it, and know how you're weaving it all together. I think this is going to be a powerful week. My feeling is that there's a lot of beautiful cosmic energy to tap into. And you know, I say the Mercury in retrograde is a time to go big or go home. So take it on with grace and maybe even a little bit of grit, but be good to yourself. Another thing I want to say really quick is I am partnering with the wonderful, the beautiful, the amazing Teresa Reed, the Tarot Lady. She is a dear friend, a mentor, and a teacher, and I just love her. And I am working with her right now. We are teaching a class together called Tarot for Troubled Times. And this is an online workshop, and we are using tarot as a tool to empower people to first show up for themselves in the world and honor their own strengths, and then second, to show up in the world as a force of good. And we had our first module today in the workshop, and it is closed, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean that the magic's over. But I just want to share it with you because it was such a great conversation, such a great class, and I saw so much good stuff happening in it. So I was so happy to connect with everyone and to connect with Teresa as my co-host. And I am so excited to do this next module of Tarot for Troubled Times. So if you were a part of this, thank you for being there. If you weren't and you have questions about it or you're interested in it, please send me an email. Like I said, the workshop is closed now, but that doesn't mean the magic's over. Maybe we'll do a second class. Who knows what'll happen? But all I can say is there is magic happening in the world. We're doing it with this workshop. And I know that tarot is such an infinite tool of so many possibilities. So I encourage you to use it in your own life, whether it's professionally, personally, creatively, in whatever way. Let it speak to you. All right, thank you so much for being here with me, for letting me hold space with you, for listening to my insights for the upcoming week. And if you have any questions, comments, stories, anything you want to share with me, please visit me at ShaheenMiroInsights.com. You can use the contact form at the top to speak with me, to send me a message about anything you want to share. And if you would like to set up your own personal intuitive guidance session to get an energetic forecast about you and your life, to really look at the things you're struggling with and find ways to create change and magic and power and really actualize your desires, send me a message. Let's work together. I love it. I am ready for it, and I know you are too. All right, until then, take care of yourself and stay magical. Enjoy the week. Bye now.